All right, what's up? Welcome. We've got a regional deck profile here. This is from the Pasadena regional from April 4th, this past weekend here. So it was a fun regional, very, very diverse format. Each of the decks I played for every round was different, which was fantastic to see. Had a little bit of a slow start, but we picked it up in the end. So had a fun deck list here, so we'll go ahead and do the card by card. We're gonna start, of course, with the single Haba, right? We're just rocking the one, and he's still doing things. And then, of course, we are running just kind of a minimal package here. We do have the double Murakumo. You want it if you're playing pure. This is, of course, pure. So we've got each of the names here, but not doing too many of each. And then we've got 3 Aramasa, 1 Kusanagi. These are all pretty standard. You're playing 3 for the consistency after the Habakiri hits. And then we've got, in terms of our spells, we've got triple prayers. We do have triple pre-prep with the mirror. That's pretty standard. Two ritual, I think, is the way to go. I don't think you need to play the third because we're also playing a smaller count of the main deck rituals here. And then we've got the Magatama, we've got the Purification, and this kind of rounds out your Mitsu engine. I was playing Magatama today. It came up every now and then as an interruption. I didn't get to play through certain boards with it. But I would say, especially in this build where we're working with more quick plays in general, this was a solid addition. It did not hinder me in any way. I was not bricking on Magatama, so I was happy with it. And then for more of our non-engine here, we're playing the 1 Nib, Dimension Shifter, and then triple Ash, and then triple Fua. The Nib definitely came up. It was a nice little end board piece, so still searching that is fun. The Shifter, this guy absolutely ruined some days. This one card is probably the most highest impact hand trap in this deck right here, probably besides Fualos. These are the top 4 actual hand traps. The Fua went crazy today. Every time I saw it, I was just winning the game. And then with regards to the Ash Blossom, this one, honestly, I don't think this is necessary in this deck particularly. It was good. I think you could put it in the side. I would have rather seen more quick plays. I think maybe a Super Poly or something like that could have been good for non-engine. It just wasn't stopping the opponents most times, the Ash, unfortunately. So ultimately, this was okay. It was good. It did its job for stopping Charmies for sure. But in terms of it being an actual high impact hand trap, it never has been. And I don't think it's particularly good, this format, for actually being a hand trap. It's better as a Charmy stopper. So that being said, that's it for the monster hand trap lineup. And then for the consistency cards and for the quick plays, we are on the Radiant plus the MST package here. This is our draw engine plus searching MST. And then for more consistency, we are playing the pot. It did come up where I got drolled after doing pot, so that was unfortunate. Then in terms of other quick plays we've got here, we've got a call by. We're on triple Fallen. Fun card. We'll talk about this more in the extra deck, but it's an interesting engine. And then we've got triple Droplet for the quick play lineup. I think this put us at 15 quick play spells. So very high likelihood, if you're seeing Radiant, you're probably going to see another quick play to be able to draw. It didn't come up where I was blind Radiant into a draw. I was always, if I had this card in my hand, I almost always, in this tournament experience, I always had the ability to draw or search MST. So that was it for the main deck here. So we'll go ahead and now move on into the extra. We'll go extra first, and then we'll do the side. So yeah, this was a clean 40 cards here. So extra deck. We have Albion at 2 copies. It did come up, the Synchro Ecclesia, so I think it's just correct to play. I just couldn't get my hands on it before the tournament started. And then in terms of the links, these are pretty standard. These guys are your main best friends, especially these 3, Dyna, SP, and IP. Dark came up quite a few times, but not essential. I was able to use the crash effect as well. Searching for some of the little guys is helpful off of this. And then for the Xyz, we're going to play the standard ones. Not everybody is on Tornado or Exiton, but I think that they're both quite good. The Exiton did not come up. There were a few times where I wanted to use it, but I had too many Charmy draws, so it happens every now and then. Dugaris came up, all of its effects. The Tornado Dragon came up. The Baguska did not come up, but it probably should have, and then everything else did as well. The Granite included. And then for the rank 8s and the end of this extra deck, these 2 never really showed up. The only line I made with these rank 8s was to then go into the Zeus line. So yeah, this guy's fun. He basically pops out anytime in XYZ battles. and is a board wipe. So you can send your opponent's cards, and it says send, not destroy, so it's very powerful. So it actually came up twice, and I only made Zeus one of those 2 times, and I think I would have won if I had made Zeus both times. So that's an interesting insight. And then we have the Typhon. There was one game it came up, but I didn't end up making it because it wasn't going to be the highest impact, and I wanted to keep Murakumo on the field as well. But yeah, this was the extra. I do think the biggest mistake was just not seeing that Synchro Ecclesia, but everything else was quite good. The Galaxy is definitely a flex spot. I think you don't need those rank 8s. They're nice to have. It's maybe more utility XYZ monsters. But then in terms of the side deck, just to wrap it up here, so I do have Impulse in the side. It just is not high enough impact against the decks that it stops. Yes, almost every deck is special summoning, but not all of them have a choke point where Dominus Impulse really hits them hard. Like Blue Eyes, for example, is just not going to get stopped with this Impulse. But that being said, for back row hate, we do have triple Lightning Storm plus the Feather Duster. Yeah, we're still playing Harpy's Feather Duster in 2026. It's a good card, believe it or not. And then, yeah, stopping back row, imagine. And then Lightning Storm. Yeah, this came up. I just wish I saw it more. And then for the Charmy lineup, we have triple Purulia and double Meowls. So the theory behind these, rather than playing other types of hand traps, is Mitsurugi has a consistency issue, so we want to see cards to draw, and being able to start the engine by playing the game and having enough cards to start playing the game. These guys facilitate it. So the Purulias came in, I played a couple of Vanquish Soul matchups, and then White Forest as well. This went crazy against White Forest today. And then for the Meowls, this one was sided in once, but I never saw it, so that was unfortunate. We did play the Wosu. This guy never, unfortunately, hit the main deck. But this is, in case I was playing some Luna Light guys, this is a good out for their towers. And then double Droll and Lockbird. For the decks that this does hit, it hits them good. I think I drolled speaking of the White Forest, yeah, my White Forest opponent got absolutely blown out by this card. So that is unfortunate, but that's only for him. And we had a pretty fun tournament day today. So yeah, all things considered, I really still like pure Mitsurugi. I think it's a viable contender, like tier 2, I would say. But yeah, thank you, Pasadena, for hosting this with Core TCG. Huge shout outs to the guy behind the camera, Matt. He's the one filming right now. Thanks for putting us up and giving us a place to stay while we're down here. Shout outs to Chris, who was doing some testing with me, Jib for the coaching, and Raylene for letting me come in the first place and getting to enjoy this. So yeah, thanks guys, and peace out.